This conference will now be recorded.
So welcome.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
So, Michelle, I start right by doing the introduction? Very
Yes.
good. So first of all, I want to thank everyone who is today on today's webinar. And as usual, we want to thank first our programming committee and all our advisors and members who are being with us faithfully on every event. So thank you so much. And today I want to welcome especially Maria Caines. Um, I want just to tell you a little bit about her before we go and deep dive into the discussion and understand from her how she was able to make it and understand the path that she went through. So Maria enjoyed more than 25 years as a top-tier manager and accountant with a locally owned retail and wholesale picture framing business. While developing strengths in corporate and retail management, accounting, inventory management, marketing, and point of sale systems, project implementation, team building, and expense control, she earned a reputation for sound decision making and creative problem solving skills. Addressing challenges faced by business owners as they try to compete with business became her personal mission on her quest to level the playing field with the national chains and big box stores. Maria created Bay Street to Main Street Consulting to offer business owners an alternative to traditional suppliers for products and services, including customer loyalty solutions, strategic marketing, customer relationship management, and much more. She will share her business journey with us and will offer some foolproof marketing strategies that every business can undertake that will increase customer loyalty. With this, I welcome you, Maria, and everyone else on this webinar.
Thank you, Mark. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, I think it's mutual, and I think everyone is eager to hear your story. So I am really glad to be here today and have this opportunity to discuss with you about your professional journey and about your experience as well with the Family Business Association. So, Maria, why don't we start with what brings us together today and tell us a little bit about your past that led you to join the Family Business Association first?
Well, thank you, Mark, and good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining the meeting today. It's a pleasure to be connected here at the Family Business Association. I actually started following the group more than 2 years ago, believe it or not, and saw that now is the time when connecting with family businesses and their owners is become increasingly important. So here in Atlantic Canada, I feel that we have so much untapped potential with talent in so many different areas. And I wanted to look to small to medium-sized enterprises as a way that we can drive economic growth here in Atlantic Canada. And I found that in this area, most of those small to medium-sized enterprises are family-owned. And by engaging with them and giving them the keys to have successful succession, or sometimes it's an exit strategy as well, but either way, the FBA, the Family Business Association, provides the platform as well to get experts in front of all of the members and also to receive expertise in return, which has incredible value for its members through the peer-to-peer groups and for opportunities like this morning to introduce yourself and your business and to help the other members know that we're all, as individuals and business owners, people that we can trust. So that's the main reason why I wanted to connect with the Family Business Association. On a more personal level, I was born here in Halifax, but spent most of my life in Pictou County on the East End. And I come from a middle class family. My dad was a teacher. My mom stayed at home to raise the children. And we were always on a budget. And, you know, with our Scottish background, frugality has always been top of mind. So I learned at a very early age to be able to stretch dollars and became connected with things like Canadian Tire Money and later on through Air Miles and PC Optimum and things like that. And as a young person, I enjoyed sports, so it's made me very, you know, competitive and that sort of thing. So eventually I settled into a career here in Halifax in accounting, as I mentioned, with also a family-owned business called Maritime Frame It, owned by Robert Risley and his family. And as one of the top tier managers there, we were very connected to the business and ran it very much like owners, right? So we were driven to succeed and all of that. So I very much connect with that desire with the other members of the Family Business Association as well.
Okay, that's very good, Maria. I think, and you know, I think what's happening this week is that we are in the Small Business Week as well, right? So it's just coming at the right time. And as you said, more than 95% of businesses are small businesses and family-owned businesses. So I think we are in the right place and trying to all serve the same cause, if I may say. So that's great. So, uh, why don't you tell us a little bit more about the past and the way you pivoted your business from the historical business which you had to what you are doing today? So, what led you to all this change?
Oh, that's a great question. So here I am in accounting strength and I moved to marketing, right? So, well, still with Maritime Frame It, before we ended up closing due to that big fire, um, I we had Michaels come to town and they were really, you know, the biggest new custom picture framing business. And we were looking for ways to level the playing field, to, you know, maintain our competitiveness with that business, you know, coming into for people to try. And I mean, we had a warranty, the quality was excellent, all of that, but we were just looking for that little edge. And because I was connected with, you know, PC Optimum at that time and Canadian Tires, well, it wasn't Triangle Rewards then, I don't think, but similar sort of thing. Air Miles, the Scene, they were all very big and growing. And I could see that they were having an impact on the revenues of those bigger businesses. So I said, well, why can't, you know, local businesses do that as well? So off I went. I started researching because with Maritime Frame It, I was always the one that was pushing the envelope as much as possible to have the best, you know, innovative products and platforms that we could have on the budget that was available. So as I was looking for a platform, I realized that there really wasn't anything out there that really ticked all the boxes that I was seeking. So the ability to email clients, the ability to have your own rewards card, and some way to manage it in the background without, you know, accumulating a bunch of liability on your balance sheet and all of these things. There's a lot more than that, but there was just nothing out there. So I decided that, you know, I was in a unique situation where I could, you know, try to find a product that did fit all those criteria and at the same time bring something to local business owners that they really didn't have in the forefront of their mind as something that they wanted to do. and to begin to educate them. So I did extensive, intensive research on all of these things. I have so many white papers and classes behind me. It's insane. But ultimately, I did find a platform that ticked 95% of the boxes for me. And I said, well, okay, this is the one that I believe that can really change the economic landscape in Atlantic Canada for locally owned businesses. And so now what I need to do is to begin to educate the business owners that it's worth the investment in time and energy to implement one of these things. So that's essentially what it is, and encouraging local business owners to be more brave in adopting new technology, new innovations, and to just be more competitive in their industries.
But I think the bravest was you because you decided to confront the big names, right? You decided to play in the field and in the playground of Air Miles, Canadian Tire, PC Optimum, and then you said, you know what, I'm taking this challenge. And can you just tell us a little bit about the main challenges that you faced, first of all, to be able to position yourself in the market, and anything that your potential customers were like pushing back, and what kind of hurdles you needed to just overcome? At least for your first customer, maybe. I don't know, if we go back a little bit in time.
Yeah, that's again a really great question, Mark. And I think you've experienced a little bit of this yourself, eh?
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
so the number one thing that I've come across is um, Atlantic Canadian business owners tend to be the last ones in the world to be adventurous enough to try a new product uh, themselves without having other people to lead them through it. And so it increasingly has become an educational journey to share with business owners, that, for example, 68% of people are more likely to recommend your business if you have a good loyalty program. That's just one. And how you can use it. And it's really, loyalty marketing isn't necessarily about coupons and discounts, right?
Yeah.
It's about nurturing relationships with customers, learning more about them, what their interests are, letting them know about all of the products and services that you offer, not necessarily the one that brought them through your door. So nurturing those relationships creates more trust. And as Natalie Oldfield Doyle always says, 81% of business owners, customers, like to do business with people they know, like, and trust. So if you can increase the trust, then the sales should therefore, come as well. But I guess primarily it's been education and the one-on-one way that I like to reach out to customers. I like to, do some research into their business to know what they're doing now and how we can make a good fit for their business as well.
Very good, very good. Yeah, I know that it is a little bit challenging, right? But I see that you really overcame all this, which is great. It was, I would say, a long and tough journey, maybe. So if we want just to look at um, you're solving problems, right? And I am sure that every successful business is looking to solve their own problems.
Mm-hmm.
So if I just want to ask very simply, what problem would you be solving for your clients and for the family business association members if they are to look at a loyalty program? So what is the key problem that you're solving?
The key problem, I would say the key problem that I'm solving is the ability for business owners to connect more directly with their customers when they aren't in the store. Now, a year ago when I said that, everybody said, "Whew, who needs that? There's customers walking down the street every day." But now it's become even more relevant because, as we've experienced, there were long periods when there were no customers in the stores for many reasons. So the ability to stay in touch with your customers, to let them, in this particular year, to let them know, all of the things that your business is doing to keep them safe, the protocols you've put in place, that you've instituted online ordering, if that's the case, or an e-commerce store. All of these things, these ways to communicate with your customer and let them know what you're up to make it easier for them to do business with you. And I think that that's the primary reason, and the fact that our customer demographics have shrunk somewhat due to the Atlantic bubble. So, and especially impactful in the tourism industry. So they can no longer rely on those tourists coming in from outside the country to be able to boost their business during the peak season in the summer. So being able to make sure that you can collect information for every single customer that comes through your door to maintain and nurture those relationships.
Yeah, that's great. I think this is a great problem to solve. Now, just let me just ask you another question that is just coming after this discussion. If we look now, we're looking at from a merchant perspective. Now, let's look from a customer perspective, right? And I am a customer. Each one of us is a customer, and God knows how many loyalty cards we have in our wallets, how many coupons we have and we lose, how many emails we receive in terms of newsletter, which we want to really unsubscribe from, right? So, how are we, or how are you as an industry expert, are going to solve my problem as a customer or as a client so that I can streamline all this, I would say, chaotic environment, right? Because honestly, my wallet is that sick now in terms of loyalty cards and I don't know what, right? And I don't want them anymore.
No, great question, Mark. Thank you. So one of the things, so in case anyone doesn't know, the program that I've chosen to represent is called Cashback World. And it's called that because we are currently operating in 50 countries, which is a lot. And it may not be clear how it connects with local businesses, but that is primarily what we do in those 50 countries, is help local business owners, just like I'm trying to do in Atlantic Canada. So with our program, it's a coalition program. And some examples of other coalition programs include CAA, Air Miles, and even PC Optimum to a certain extent, where they have more than one business together. In our coalition business, we combine all of the locally owned businesses so that you only have one card that works in each business. So for example, let's use Strategy Up. So say Strategy Up has a loyalty card for their customers. And maybe, I think I saw John Abbas is here. So maybe Econocolor also has a loyalty card. So each of your customers can use their cards in each other's stores. And if we can pull together, it's like a chamber of commerce for locally owned businesses to support one another through this program. And people can opt in and opt out of different merchant emails. So Mark, if your customer strategy up wants to get the email marketing information from Econocolor, then they can do that.
Okay, so very
And the
good. So
other
it's
way.
centralized platform actually, right?
Yes, yeah. So it's customer managed, so you can opt out if you choose and opt in as well. And in addition to that, we have also made some very important key account relationships. And I'm really pleased to note that the most recent new one in a gift card way is Sobeys. So until the 1st of October, Sobeys was not part of our program, and I'm absolutely delighted that they are now, being from Pictou County, right?
Wow,
So
this is a great achievement, right? It's
yeah,
amazing.
yeah, I didn't do that. That I can't take responsibility for that. But we also have partnerships with Loblaws, Canadian Tire, Petrocan, Cineplex, the Cara Group, you know, the Swiss Chalets and that group. We have online partners with Indigo, with Michael Kors Online. And the great part is that our locally owned businesses, all of the ones that have established an e-commerce presence, whether it's restaurants with online ordering or local, you know, health food supplement store, it doesn't matter. They can have the same opportunity to to connect their online portals as the bigger businesses do. So one card, different opportunities, and a strategy up card would also work in 49 other countries besides Canada.
Wow, this is great. You know, Michelle sent us a message. I know that probably you covered this, but it's good to ask the question. And Michelle is asking, are there privacy right issues that businesses have to be aware of? And I would just extrapolate a little bit and say, that how can you protect the information that each business is collecting and that other businesses will not know who is the customer of the other business? You know, how are you putting these, what if I want to call them Chinese walls between the different businesses that are under one platform?
Yeah, great question. Excellent question, actually. So Cashback World, that's what we do. So every country that we open, we establish, now, mind you, the name of the business is Cashback World. So we establish banking relationships, we establish our legal entity, of course, but we also have to follow the privacy regulations that are in each and every country out there. And believe it or not, so the China walls, we are, I believe, the only loyalty option that is currently available anywhere in China or Chinese-owned territories. So we have a presence in Hong Kong as well as Macau. So we are very respectful as Cashback World of people's privacy, and Strategy Up would not know who Econocolor's customers are. What you can do, however, as Strategy Up is to make a special offer that Econocolor's customers can take advantage of. And we do that through an app on the phone and on a shopping dashboard that all cardholders have access to. And if they choose to do business with you or they like your offer, then they know they'll collect rewards with your company as well.
Okay, very good, very good. Yeah, because I am sure that many businesses are very sensitive to this topic, right? So it's
Of course, they
and
don't want to
it's
share their customer information.
oh no, of course not. I don't want unless I decide to, right? I don't want anyone just to get it, you know, off the shelf,
Of
right?
they won't get that.
Okay, okay,
They,
very.
it's only Cashback World who would have that information, and we protect it a lot because we don't want air miles getting it and we don't want other
Yeah,
people getting it as well, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, maybe here I am getting a little bit on the technical side, but it's also interesting to understand based on the data that the platform is collecting. Do you need to have the servers in Canada, or your servers where you store the information is outside of Canada?
They're in Canada.
Oh, okay, very good.
Yeah.
So this is
There's
also
more
another level
Irish.
of
Yeah.
comfort, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is very good. It's good to know.
Good question, though.
Coming from a technical background, I always got asked the same questions when we are implementing a solution that
Yeah.
collects customer information and sensitive data,
Yeah.
and it's a common concern actually.
Yes, and actually it's important for the Family Business Association members to know that they should be asking those questions too when they dial into a new platform for their businesses, whether it's, um, a credit card processing company or any of that,
Yeah,
to know that the databases are hosted here in Canada.
yeah, very good, very good. Okay, so now I just want to go to another topic because while preparing for this talk, Maria, if you remember when we had our behind the scene discussion, you told me that your solution brings benefit to the community, right? And I just want to know if you can tell our audience more about this. And I am personally very interested to know more about how you're giving back to the community.
Good question. Excellent question. So one of the things that has become increasingly important for certain demographics, and particularly, I'm talking about millennials, but there are other people who are becoming increasingly aware of the social impact of a business. And there are lots of social enterprises in Atlantic Canada. And what I mean by that is not necessarily a not-for-profit, but a business that operates for profit, but um, designates a certain percentage of that profit to whatever cause they find speaks to them, whether it's mental health or women's benefits or childhood education, whatever the case may be. And Cashback World recognized that very early on and developed two foundations in support globally of child and family health and also Greenfinity. So they cover a lot of areas and sometimes they even cross over. But the Child and Family Foundation has built schools for children in partnership with Nelson Mandela Foundation, for example, and also with the Rotary Foundation. So they do work in many countries. And with Greenfinity, what they're doing is focusing on making the earth a cleaner place, but also innovative technology um, for energy. So the importance of that to local businesses is that any local business that has a social enterprise can apply to our foundations for project support. And every purchase within our ecosystem of Cashback World part of that purchase goes to support those foundations within the country and also on a global 50 country scale. So yeah. Oh, sorry, I can't hear you, Mark.
Sorry, I'm saying this is really amazing,
Oh,
right?
thanks.
And just again, a question came to my mind is that if I am a participating merchant with you, can I pitch in or add more into this fund, or it is only coming from your own revenues?
No, you as a business owner can add as well, but also your customers can too, if they choose
Okay.
to. So along with collecting cash back, we also collect shopping points. And so if they choose to donate shopping points, it gives purchasing power to the foundations as well. So it's absolutely possible to fund things. In Canada, one of the projects that was done here is when the wildfires went through Fort McMurray, there's a great group up there who applied for funding for a fully supplied backpack for elementary school children who were going back to school, who had lost everything in the fires. So in order to establish, some more normalcy in their lives as their parents were trying to pick up the pieces, we supplied 140 fully stocked backpacks through the Child and
Wow,
Family Foundation to
that
get them
that's
back.
great.
Yeah.
It's great to see the community coming back together, right? Especially through a business like yours or a platform like yours that is private. At the end of the day, it's a private initiative, right? And then this is really so you're really able to bring more loyalty from your merchants towards your platform and yourself as well, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, very good, very good. Okay, so again, we still have some time to discuss, but also we need to give the some room for for our members to ask you questions. But before reaching there, I have two more questions for you. Okay, and the first one is, if you have one advice to give in relation to customer satisfaction to any decision maker, right? What would it be? What is this one advice to any business owner and decision maker regarding customer satisfaction?
Okay. I'm going to cheat and I'm going to do two.
Go ahead.
Um, so the first piece of advice would be to know more about your customers, right? So for any business owner, you should be able to tell me within 2 minutes who your top 20 customers are. Um, what their sales are, how many visits they've been, how far they come to support your business, how old they are, what their preferences are, what are their special dates, birthdays, anniversaries, all of that, um, and what their product preferences are and what their names are, right? So if you can't give that to me within 2 minutes, then you need to know more about your customers and you need to find a way to learn more about them. My second piece of advice is to ask your customers on a regular basis how you're doing, because it's not always your face that is the front line of a business. And so you want to be, asking them, is the shop clean? Is the quality good? Is the service good? The are they still seeing the value? Is the selection good? And asking them what they think or for their suggestions. And Cashback World helps to do that through our customer service surveys. So we have questions that you can poll your customers on a regular basis. We also have a 5-star rating program for every purchase at every merchant. So whenever I go to Kabayan Food Mart and make a purchase, as I'm on my way to the car with my purchases, I'm getting a text that says, please rate your purchase. Thank you for shopping at Kabayan Food Mart.
Wow, this
Mm,
is good.
yeah.
This is good. Okay. So now that you're talking about Kawaii Food Market, I think it's a good segue. I think Joey is with us, right? Who is using your platform, right?
Yeah.
And yeah. So Joey, why don't you, if you don't mind, tell us in your own words and in few minutes, take your time. We have still some time about it. Tell us about your experience and what really Maria was able to bring to your business, and any advice for anyone who is listening to us today.
Thank you very much, Mark. First thing is marketing is essential to any business, and understanding your customers is very important. we do social media for Kabayan. We run ads, and it costs a lot of money for targeting audience, understanding your audience. We paid Facebook, we paid Google to target specific audience for our store or Kabayan Food Mart. When I met Maria, she introduced to me the Cashback World program. And one thing that we understand each other is collecting leads, and not just leads. It's you collect the leads of your customers, people that go to your store, buy on the store. You're able to collect those leads, and this is the very essential for Kabayan because Kabayan have a lot of customers come and go to their stores, but Kabayan have no idea who are their customers, what are their activities, and how to reach them out. So with Cashback Board, we're able to identify who they are, how much they're buying, and at the same time, we're able to get their emails. So from there, we can send an email, hey, thank you very much for visiting us. We have these promos and offers. So it cut our marketing costs in more than 50% because we don't need to pay Facebook and Google to collect emails. We don't need to target audiences that we don't know if they're going to buy or not. Because with the cashback world, we're able to collect leads that are already customers of Kabayan. So these are the conversion rate is very high because the cost we are able to understand, we're able to get their information, we're able to get their emails. So reaching them out is it's easy. So from collecting leads, the most important that very essential or very important for any businesses, I think, is collecting leads and converting them as a loyal customers. Because I remember when I always go to Kabayan Food Mart. Kabayan Food Mart, by the way, is like a small grocery store it's an Asian store, Filipino Asian store. So every time I go there, I always try to um, observe the customers. And the behavior of the customer is always this. They will buy and they will use the cashback world card and say, did you scan our card? Did you get my number? They did you put the what do you call this? Did you use my cashback world? Because they're now happy collecting points. And then at the same time, we put the most important is there's an automatic email that every time that there's a birthday, we put some offers like, hey, happy birthday, Joey. Drop by to our store and you have 10 bucks, 10% or something. So customers are greatly appreciate that, hey, Kabayan Food Mart greet me first before my wife. So because there's an automatic CRM on the cashback world that we can put an email that send an email to this person on their birthday. We can send an email person that is buying. So there's a lot of powerful tool on cashback world. So generally, it's about loyalty program. You're collecting points, you convert your customer. But on the marketing side, because I am on marketing, um, it's a powerful tool.
Very
You're
good.
able to understand your audience. You're able to collect emails. You're able to send an email. And aside from that, customers are happy to go back to that store, to any retail store, because it's collecting points.
Very good. So Joey, I retain two things. So first of all, my birthday is June 8th, so I expect an offer.
I think
The second thing is that what you said is really amazing because we all have in mind that loyalty programs actually cost money. And now what you told us is that it helped you save 50% of your marketing cost,
yes,
right? So it's like a double win, right? So it didn't really cost you lots of money as everybody is fearing, and actually it helped you to save cost.
that's right.
So And every business here is looking about how to optimize, right, our spending and get the most of what we are doing.
Yes.
So Maria, is there any other benefits about your platform, like what Joey was saying, like saving cost? Like for example, you said that you send emails. Do you have your own platform, or like you connect with the platforms like the Mailchimps and the likes of the Mailchimp, for example? So how does it really work?
Well, it actually replaces MailChimp.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. So it acts very similarly
Mm-hmm.
in that it emails your customers. And the back end for that, so the back end is Salesforce. So we use that marketing tool for email, for customer service surveys, and for the statistics module to collect that information. So if you have enough constituents or email addresses that you're paying MailChimp, then we can replace MailChimp for you.
Wow. So this is another cost saving as well.
Exactly. So, and in addition to that, it can actually help you to reduce traditional marketing costs. So radio, TV, billboards, newspapers, all of those things, right? So it's more effective to market to people who are already your customers.
Yes.
And my ultimate vision for all of this is to create um, a real shopping community within towns and cities and provinces and Atlantic Canada, where all the customers of the locally owned businesses are supporting other locally owned businesses because they're being rewarded to do that, and not supporting the bigger businesses because they have a loyalty program and we don't, right?
Yeah.
So we manage it all in the background first. So very much like a debit and credit card model. You pay only when people process sales. Um, Once you're enrolled, like once you're up there. If people do come from outside the Atlantic bubble, say from Italy, for example, right? So one of our restaurant owners in Toronto actually had a customer come from Italy and find her business because he wanted to see her there, and he would also know that he would collect rewards. I'm not saying that that's necessarily why he went there, but through the app on the phone, he was able to find her, and he was close by anyway. So that was really interesting. And if, for example, a restaurant, they've, in this recent situation, a lot of them have gone to online ordering and enrolled with places like Skip the Dishes and DoorDash. And those fees for those businesses are very high, up to 30%, huge. And through Cashback World, we can tie in your online ordering system, and you can reward your customers when they're shopping online and eliminate all of that 30% and reduce it down to about maybe 3.
Wow.
So
This
that's
is,
a huge savings. Like
oh
there's
yeah.
many savings to be had. And I think that the more people that are enrolled and begin to see this snowball effect of appealing to so many customers will be really beneficial as we, you know, contain this bubble that we have here in Atlantic Canada.
Very good. Amazing. Amazing. So thank you, Maria, really for sharing. And Joey, thank you so much for your testimonial as well and for sharing your experience. Now, we still have like 15 minutes, and I want to open the floor for all the persons who are with us today on this talk, and see if they have any questions for you, Maria, to see if they need any clarification. Please, anyone, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them either on the chat or just open your microphone and ask the question yourself.
Maria, would this work for Family Business Atlantic in any way?
Yes, yeah, absolutely. So Family Business Atlantic could enroll and have their own loyalty cards as well to give to the business members. And that would also encourage business members to support it as well. Yeah, absolutely.
So, Joey, maybe to you, how much are you spending on belonging to this cashback world? Roughly, just give us a bit of a ballpark.
Actually, just the setup, and that's it. So we don't have like the day, we don't have like much cost. And I think Maria can discuss the upfront, but on the day-to-day basis, we don't have much expenses, because what happened is once we set up the dashboard and Maria already enrolled the store or the business into Maria's platform, there's no day-to-day expenses. So for the marketing side, we're able to collect emails and able to do the transaction on the card or on the mobile app for collecting points. And I think there is no day-to-day or day-to-day cost. I think Maria can discuss all the costs.
Sure, sure. Just to clarify, there's no monthly fee attached to our program. The only fees that you pay are when you process sales on the Cashback World Card, and they vary based on industry. So the lower the margins, the lower the fee. In the case of Kabayan Food Mart and any similar grocery type businesses or gasoline stations or I think construction like hardware supplies, the fee for the business would be 2% of sales, which when you consider that most companies often reach 20% in marketing costs, 2% is quite low.
Very good. Very good. Thank you. Any more questions? Okay, I have a question for you, Maria.
Mhm.
If I am to implement the solution which you are offering, so what are the main prerequisites which you will need from me as a business? Like what is the minimum setup or things that you need from me so that your solution would work for my business?
So the minimum would be to enroll would be $2,990 plus tax. So that would get you listed on our national and international shopping dashboard. It would also get you listed nationally and internationally on our shopping app. And it also gives the ability to send those emails, collect the information, all of that. And in addition to that, you would need the technology. So it's app based. So you choose whichever fits your business. If you're, for example, if you were a restaurant that offered delivery, like say it's a Chinese food restaurant, right? Then you could ask your drivers to install the app on the phone if people aren't ordering online. And that would enable the driver to scan the card right when he's making the delivery. Or if you have an online system, then you can connect it in for a little bit of extra cost, but it's a one-time cost. It's not an ongoing 30%.
Okay.
Yeah. So those are really the only things that are required. And an HST number is important, but not 100% necessary.
Mm-hmm. So John is asking for the customers, is there an app on their phone?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And they can actually shop online through that app at whichever
Okay.
store has an online store.
Oh, okay. Very good. Very good. And if I don't have a customer database, like if I am a new business, right? Uh, is your solution going to help me to build my own database?
That's exactly right. So you can collect from every customer their information and continue to build your database. You can put a collection link on your website as well for people who haven't enrolled yet when they're shopping. I mean, everyone has seen these, and they're becoming more and more familiar with them, right? So
Yeah.
if you're ordering from Indigo, they invite you to enroll for plumber awards and that sort of thing. So people are very accustomed to this. And when they see or understand that they can use that one card at more than one place, I think it encourages them as well. But yes, you can build your database right from scratch and start with your employees, yourself, your family, all of that.
Very good. I think I am more and more excited to know more about what you're doing now, right? So I know that we spoke before, but now it's like giving me a much better understanding. Um, I don't know, Nicole was saying something, Michelle put a comment, and Nicole is asking, is there a way to implement this in the insurance industry?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So when your customer, well, first of all, in the insurance industry, you would have an email database for your customers. So we could import that directly into our CRM module. So it's also important to note that customers don't have to be a loyalty card holder to be in our CRM, but it's always nice if they are. And then when customers purchase a policy, you provide a small reward to them, and it encourages them to continue coming back.
Yeah.
Very good. So Nicole, did we answer your question? Do you have any follow-up questions for us? Okay, perfect, perfect. Anyone else? Yeah, go ahead. You had something to add, Maria?
There are some limitations to who will be accepted into our program. For example, adult entertainment, chances are they won't be approved because of our strong family alignment. We want to be family friendly. And there are, a few businesses that just won't be accepted that way, but it's always for ethical reasons. But for the most part, we have a model for every business.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, if no, there is one more question. I have the loyalty card to use it for the benefits of shopping and use it in Vegas for discounts. Diane is saying. Very good.
She hasn't got a card. She's a friend. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't remember how we will, or I don't know when we will go back to Vegas, right? Probably that's it. They are just distant memories now.
Yeah.
When I see today on social media people posting pictures about the airline industry and their travel time in black and white just in 2019, right? So it's like, that's it. They will never come back. So unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so I think we still have a few minutes, and to conclude here, I just want to ask you a more visionary or strategic question. So where do you see the customer loyalty industry going in the next 3 to 5 years?
A lot of people are focusing on personalization. So that's important. So for example, I'll just use an Air Miles card. So if you're an Irving customer and you're offering Air Miles or collecting Air Miles, you typically don't get personal communications from Irving, you get it from Air Miles. So I think the increase in personalization is going to be important, not to just receive generic emails that go out to every customer. Also, subscription-based is something else that's becoming um, an alternative to what I think is a true loyalty program. So paying a premium for a loyalty program to me doesn't make a lot of sense as a customer. I would much rather that a business focus on providing good value, rather than me having to pay for that value in advance.
Yeah.
But again, it's different ideas, and some businesses are implementing more than one. Some, like PC Optimum, for example, they have their regular collection card, but then they also have a subscription as well that gives those members specific offers.
Yeah.
But I think, I don't know, it's different for me, but I think more and more we're going to be moving to loyalty that is on an app rather than carrying the cards in your wallet. Because I think now you can eliminate most of those cards anyway by using something like Stowcard or something like that.
Yeah. So, just to add from my perspective, because I am a lot into the technology space as well, I think loyalty is going to move as well with the smart cards. Like, I don't know if you know about the Sobeys initiative where they are implementing smart cards. The cards, right, where you put your groceries in. You have the Amazon model that is in the US where you just put stuff in your cart. It's calculating directly. There is no cashier and you leave. And I think the integration with this kind of solutions are going to be more and more important in the next 3 to 5 years. Just this is my 2 cents on it as well. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely agree. Absolutely. So it'll help speed up the checkout process,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
And ultimately, I know Amazon's been working on this for quite a long time, that you just, fill your cart and push it out the door and everything is done. So if you have a tech savvy program and not just a stamp card or something like that, then I think it'll make it that much easier.
Yeah, yeah. And I think you are very well positioned because you're using Salesforce as the back end, and I think Salesforce, they are all the time at the forefront of technology, and they are integrating with everybody and even developing their own APIs so that they are ready for any new technology. And so technically your solution is future proof, I would say.
Well, we're always striving to be ahead, right? And that's the only way to be, on top of the technology as it comes. So currently, we integrate with PrestaShop, with Shopify, and the 5 or 6 major e-commerce platforms that most people use. So it's easy to integrate our system, and it actually helps you to acquire more customers from beyond your own customer database.
Very good, very good. Very exciting future, I would say, and I would see for this industry. So thank you so much, Maria. I think, Michelle, we still have just 1 minute, right? So uh, I want to thank Maria. Thank you so much for sharing with us your experience, and just if anyone wants to get in touch with Maria, I think you can do it through the Family Business Atlantic Association or through Michelle. She will be, and I will be more than happy to connect you with her as well. So thank you so much for everything. Michelle, I don't know if you want to have a closing note or we just end the session
Yeah,
here.
I just wanted to thank you, Mark. Excuse me. I thought you brought so much to the facilitation of this conversation, and April McLeod knew that you would, so thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I really enjoyed it, Maria. And Michelle, it was really a great discussion.
Good. The only final thing I would say is that on the next coffee chat session, we're going to have Fiona, who's on the lower part of my screen, talking about the entertainment world and what we can expect moving forward on that. So please check out the event page on Family Business Atlantic. We hope to see you there. And everybody have a great day. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for
Have a good
having
day.
me. It's been
Bye.
such a pleasure.